What if a king was dying? And the only cure was something that does not exist? A bird with 4 legs. Impossible, right? When every medicine failed, the king ordered his hunters, "Bring me this bird, or face death." What happened next shocked an entire kingdom, because sometimes, when humans demand the impossible, God appears in disguise.
Long ago, there was a king who was suffering from leprosy. He tried many medicines, but the disease was not decreasing. At that time, one of the king's courtiers, without thinking, said something astonishing. "Your Majesty, if a bird with 4 legs is found, all this can be cured immediately." The king was surprised to hear the strange words of the courtier. After thinking for a moment, the king thought that since so many medicines had not worked, perhaps some unusual thing might accomplish this task. His statement seemed true. The king said to the courtier, "How will this bird be found? This is a very complex problem." Then the courtier said, "This work can be done by the hunters living in your kingdom, because they go into the forests every day for hunting. They are highly skilled in matters of birds and in catching them, therefore this responsibility should be given to them." The king called the chief of the famous hunters of his kingdom and said, "You must find and bring a 4-legged bird. If you return empty-handed, you will be given the death penalty." Hearing the king's harsh and excited words, the hunter was stunned. It felt as if the ground had slipped from beneath his feet. He did not understand what answer to give. The hunter held his forehead and began to think. In this world, birds have only 2 legs. Our entire life has been spent among forests and animals and birds. Neither I nor my ancestors have ever heard of such a bird, nor have we ever thought about it. The hunter could not reply to the king. Worried and sinking into the ocean of despair, he set out toward the forest with many of his companions. Seeing the difficult forest paths, inaccessible places, terrifying thorny bushes, and lakes and ponds, they kept moving forward. Lines of worry appeared on their faces. They had forgotten hunger, thirst, and sleep. Many days passed. They saw many kinds of unusual birds in the forest, but the 4-legged bird was nowhere to be seen. In the middle of the vast forest, they saw a very large peepal tree. Remembering death, they all sat under that tree and began to cry in deep sorrow. They all resolved to die together. Their sorrowful cries reached Lord Vishnu. The Lord thought, "How foolish this king is, that he listened to the words of an unthinking person and made an unwise decision. Out of fear of the king, these men do not want to return and have become insensitive." In this way, the Lord felt compassion and himself took the form of a 4-legged bird and sat on a branch of the same peepal tree. By the Lord's inspiration, the chief of the hunters happened to look in that direction. He stopped all his companions from dying. The hunter was thrilled with joy. He thought, "Whatever this bird may be, I will surely catch it." After that, he climbed the tree to catch the bird. But the bird flew and sat on another branch. This continued for a long time. The hunter became very troubled and said, "Please let me catch you. I beg you for the life of myself and my family companions." Then the bird spoke. "O foolish hunter! How can the king's stubbornness be trusted? He insists on doing something that is improper and impossible. If he captures me, what will you do? First go and ask the king whether he will free me after the task is completed." The hunter said, "By then you will fly away from here." "Then where will I find you?" The bird said, "I promise that I will meet you here." The hunter returned and immediately informed the king of everything, and after obtaining his agreement, he came back again. The hunter found the bird at the same place. He took the bird and came to the king. Seeing the 4-legged bird, the king became astonished. As soon as the king touched the bird, he was immediately freed from leprosy. The king was happy to regain his beauty and, according to his promise, returned the wonderful, attractive, indescribable bird. The hunter again came near the same peepal tree and released the bird. After releasing it, a thought came to him: can there really be a 4-legged bird? No, this is not an ordinary bird. It is some divine power. The hunter thought, "Shame on me! I suffered unbearable hardships for others, yet I, unfortunate one, could not fulfill my own wish." The hunter said, "Please allow me to touch your feet." I did not know that you yourself are God. My mind was confused and I could not recognize you. Then the bird said, Hunter, now it is too late, but your wish will be fulfilled. This is my blessing. A serpent was sitting near the tree, and Goddess Lakshmi resides in the Peepal tree. In their presence, I promise that in the Treta Yuga I will take birth as Lord Rama. Not only will you touch my feet, but I will give you the opportunity to wash them,